ABC.
This talk is about empowering your life. I'd like to begin the conversation by speaking about you and who you are. There's been movies out like The Secret that tells us that if we have positive thinking and we think about what we want enough times, that you'll materialize what your ambitions or what your dreams are. That's only part of the entire secret, if you like that word. You are an entire creation, magical creation, and every cell in your body is listening to every thought that you have. And so let's look at it another way. Your brain makes neuropeptides. Those neuropeptides go down through your body to your cells, giving your cells a signal to either materialize what you're desiring or to cancel something that you've already been dreaming about creating. When you have that thought, every single cell in your body is having the same thought in the same moment. People like Dr. Deepak Chopra discovered that there's no time sequence between the thought and the cells having the thought. So your entire body is a thinking body. Every cell is geared to create for you. Everything you desire, you can manifest. But what we do with our thinking mind is we have the thought, and it might be a good, positive thought. I desire to become greater. I desire a better future. I desire abundance. And then we might hold that thought, dream of that thought, but then not much longer we'll think, oh, but then I don't deserve it, and this didn't go right in my life, and that didn't happen, and this didn't happen. So what do? We delete the thought, and we delete the thought, and we delete the thought. Dr. Deepak Chopra says that we have approximately, the cat's so cute, approximately 98% of our thinking patterns repeating itself. So he says we have 65,000 thoughts a day. 65,000 thoughts a day. That means your head's going. And if you're repeating 98% of the thoughts you've had, what are you materializing? Because that's the base that your cells are responding to. Not the 2% or the 4% or maybe the 6 or 10% if you're a positive thinker that you are thinking. It's too small a percentage. It's too little compared with the negative. You might ask me, how do I change that around? Well, it begins by your feeling of you. After all, you are in the world. You're in the world to manifest, to create and recreate. There's this way I like to think about it. Imagine, just imagine for a moment, that just like your dream world, this was another dream world. And everything you're living is a dream. All the actors in it, you put in your dream. Just like in your dream world, you believe it's real when you're dreaming. Okay. So you put the buildings and the cars and the people and everything in it, your mom, your dad, and everything to support you, to help you understand you. And everyone is your mirror back. How am I doing? That's the mirror back. So the way people treat you, the way they respond to you, how you respond to them, you then recreate your dream and recreate your dream accordingly. What if it were true that this was a dream and that everything in it you put in it as your teaching environment, your tool to help you to grow? What if everyone in it was here to help you to become greater, to help you get what you need in life, to propel you into your greatness? What if every person you met, you thought of it that way? And you looked at each person and thought, what's the key here? What are they here to teach me? What am I supposed to understand by this interaction? Even the emails you get, the phone calls you get, everything that comes to you, there's a reason. Why is it attracted to you? Did you dream this reality into place? Because on your own, who are you? You are the dream and the dreamer. Just like in a dream world where you are the dream and you're the dreamer. You are layers and layers of beingness. And every layer of your beingness speaks about you. There's a saying, and that saying is, who you are speaks louder when you walk in a room than any words you say. What does that mean? Well, if you think of it another way, you go to a party. You gravitate towards certain people. Let's say you knew no one in that party at all. Why do you gravitate towards certain people and completely stay clear of others? That overall body frequency, the signature they're putting out, either pulls you in or pushes you, repels you. The universe is guiding you all the time. There are no mistakes in creation. Everything you're living has a purpose. You've created that purpose for yourself. It's not like you're some ball bouncing around and have no purpose to your bounce. Every step you take has direction, has purpose, has meaning. You're here today for a reason. There's something you need to understand, something that you require to propel you into grasping higher, to take the next evolutional step in your life toward only you know for sure. This is a mystery that's unraveling for you. And your body, your energy system is here to bring to you what you require. So let's talk about how it works. I speak from ancient wisdoms and I speak from today's wisdoms, what we've learned as a race, as people. What we know from ancient civilizations is that we can set up a ripple or a wave inside our body that begins to bring things to us that we truly need in a higher level. I paused because I'm not used to having music behind me, so it's... Your energy system is here for you. It's, let me put it another way. I remember before I was born. I was born with my past life memories intact. But let me tell you a little bit about before I was born. Before I was born, I was a soul, a spirit. I knew myself as me, just like every lifetime you've ever lived, and even in between lifetimes, you know yourself as you. If you read books about people who've died for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and they come back, they'll tell you the same thing, that they saw their body, they were outside their body, but they knew themselves as themselves. Their body almost seemed separate and alien to them, and all their thoughts, memories, and dreams were intact within them, even though they didn't have a body at that time. That's who I was. I was me. I didn't have a body, but I was me. I didn't know I was missing anything, really. I felt full and whole unto myself. And when I had a thought, it manifested like this. It was instantaneous, very much like in the dream world. You have a thought, and you become the thought. The thought materializes around you. There's no difference between physical reality and that reality. You are the same soul having that thought. The difference is your cells are slowed down. They're material, so they're heavier and denser. So that means it takes longer between the thought and the materialization of the thought. So we're people today that want it like this. I have the thought, come on, where's my abundance? It hasn't happened yet. I've been thinking about it for a week. It's not there. Why? It's because we have the thought, and for that thought to materialize, you have all those cells that have to get on board. All those cells that have to begin to manifest that thought for you, which means they have to pull it in for you. They have to bring it to you in another materialized form, in a form that you will accept, in a form that's what you're asking for. You're asking for a better partnership, a better relationship. Energetically, that part will come first. But the material part takes longer. So in other words, it's like you're preparing the conditions to meet a higher relationship, a better outcome. You're preparing the vessel for it. And then what you've asked for comes to you. That's the part most miss. The other part is the heart part. We've been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. Races have come and gone. Civilizations have come and gone. What's so different about our civilization? We're coming into the heart. It's the first time in the evolution of humans that we're beginning to understand we can't manifest without the heart involved. Or everything you manifest is dry and empty and has no meaning. So how do you manifest from the heart? How do you open your heart in a world where our hearts have been closed? It's been closed because of wars. It's been closed because of our neighbors that slam the door on our faces. It's been closed because of our bosses who don't respect us or say things that make us feel better about ourselves. It's been closed because of relationships that go bad, that go sour, or where we're not respected in our relationships or in our environment. Closing your heart is part of what we've always been. Opening your heart is a new evolution of what humans are becoming. When you begin to open your heart, you manifest from a higher level, higher than you can possibly imagine. You're letting in the God light, the creation light, the universal way of materializing. In the Bible it says, first there was the Word, and the Word became God. The Word became form. You are form. First there was the Word. So think about it. You say something, first there was the Word. And what you're saying, whether it's verbal or whether it's mental, you're still saying it, you are creating form. Your system is set up that way so you can create. You can create two ways. From a needy, greedy place where the head lives in ego, or from a heart place, a higher manifestation, where the mind and the heart is aligned in the creation. Let me explain this on a relationship term. You're in your relationship, and your loved one says, hey, come on, let's go away for a weekend, and we've had a really rough time and we haven't been getting along, and let's recreate our relationship. Let's take it to the next place. So you look at your mate and go, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go away. But you're sitting there and you're going, I don't want to go. I really don't want to be there. I'm really done with this relationship. Okay, what are you doing? Splitting. Where your heart is not in your direction. You get up and you go, but your heart's not in it. That's the way most people live their lives. In a situation like that, how do you get your heart in it? You have to convince yourself in a higher way that what you're living is right. Do you realize that what you're living right now, you are on purpose? You are walking the path you're supposed to walk. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not too early. You're not too late. You're manifesting the way you came to manifest. The pieces of your puzzle are coming to you from every place. Each place you walk, you're completing another piece of your personality puzzle, another piece of what you've been missing. You're moving into wholeness more and more, breath by breath, step by step. But up until you say yes to that, you exclude your heart from your path. It's you that needs to agree with you. It's not someone outside of you that needs to tell you, oh, you know, you've got to get your heart in here and I don't feel you. No, it's you that has to say, I say yes to me. I say yes to my life. I say yes to the path I'm walking. I say yes to everything that's unfolding around me and within me. The moment you do that, you stop the struggle. The inward struggle. You all know what that is. You can feel it here in the solar plex. You can feel it in the heart center. The struggle with life. The debate. Am I good? Am I not good? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do people love me? Do they hate me? That struggle, that resistance to your life. And what if you just took a deep breath and let go of that struggle? Let go of the resistance to life. And the more breaths you can take, deep ones, the more you're beginning to open your heart. It's the struggle that closes your heart. It's the denial of yourself, of your path, and of your direction that creates the resistance, that creates the problem. And what if you just stopped resisting everything? It doesn't mean to be letting people harm you, anything like that, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how you feel inside you. Why? Because this is the vessel you manifest from. This is your magical system that's here to work for you. Every cell in your body is in response to you. You are the creator. You are the manifester. You are the one your body is in response to. If you are struggling internally, if you have an inner fight, an inner resistance, an inner tension, then you're pushing what you really want away. You're resisting. If you're resisting here, you're resisting here. Because the outside world is a reflection of your inside world. Everything that happens outside of you is supposed to be bringing you greater thought about what's inside of you. So in other words, when there's resistance outside of you, we're supposed to say, what's inside of me that feels the same? That's resisting in the same way. That's resisting life and the flow of life. You have a magical body. Every single cell in your body, before you created yourself, you decided, you chose. I remember before I was born, I chose. I chose the body, I chose the form, although when I was a teenager I resisted the form, like everyone. I had a lot of negative things to say about how I looked, and that's normal for people, right? But we're supposed to get to a place where we go, you know what? It was what I was given. I can't change it. I can have 10 nose jobs, but then after the 10 nose jobs, I won't like any of them, and I want another one, the 11th one, and the 12th one. Why? Because if we can't find satisfaction with how we are, we can never find satisfaction. And that, again, is another resistance. Resist, resist, resist. So what if you just said yes? I say yes to me. I say yes to me. Exactly the form I'm in, the height, the color of my eyes, my hair, way my nose is, the chin, the hips, the thighs. Can I say yes to me? Yes to me. I say yes to me. Just keep saying that to yourself. I say yes.
I say yes
to me.
to me.
I accept me. I accept me.
Yes.
Now, some people think if they say I accept me, then that means that the way they are is the way everything will stay. And that's not true. That's another illusion we've created. Everything stays the way it is because we're in resistance. When you're in resistance, you can't move forward. You can't expand and become greater. How can you? You're resisting the flow. You're going, no, no. You're scraping your fingers across the walls going, no, I don't want to go. It's the resistance that's stopping you from materializing. You resist form, it's going to stop your form from materializing for you. If this is how you materialize things, if this is how you bring greatness into your life, and then you say no to that which creates for you, then do you understand how you're creating that dichotomy? Okay. So we start by saying, I accept me. I accept me. Your body is a magical creation. And when you begin to accept yourself, the magic begins to unfold. It's the path that begins to be revealed to you. A path like one you've never even imagined. Something keeps coming to you that's greater and greater to help you unfold your own personal mystery. But it all begins by saying, I accept me. I accept me. I accept the vessel I was given. And that vessel is the vessel of creation. It's a vessel of mystery and magic. It's as ancient as time itself. It began when the world began. You have created yourself over and over again. And I like to think of this period because it's the way I see creation. That everything you've ever been and everything you ever lived is a foundation that you now stand upon. And everything you've ever been and everything you've ever lived is holding you up, saying, reach, reach, you can do it. Come on, we're holding you. We're supporting you. We're lifting you. We couldn't do it, but you can. We didn't have the window, but you do. We are living at an age where anything is possible, where women can wear whatever they want, where, one time that wasn't possible, right? We all know that. When I went to school, I couldn't wear jeans. It was against the law. I could have been hauled off. So we see today how we're so free. Those little things aren't there anymore. That freedom that you're allowed right now finally allows you to be you. If you tried to be you a few hundred years ago, if we met like this in a room like this, do you realize the people that would be at the door hauling us out, burning us at stakes, drowning us? We don't have that now. You birthed yourself into this time period on purpose and for a reason. And that reason wasn't to punch a clock. Yes, it's nice to have finances in order, and it's great to have a nice home to live in. I know. It's much better than living on the streets. But whatever it is you're living, you're doing it for a reason. The space you're living in, you're living in for a reason. And up until you figure that out, up until you accept it, it's not going to change. We can't change anything until we've accepted it first. So when I say I accept me, I'm not saying I accept my limitations of what I am and I'll always be that. I'm saying I accept me in all the multidimensional realities that I live in all the ways that I stretch my being across the sky, in all the multitude of ways that form creates itself in and that I participate in. In shamans, I studied shamanism for a good part of this life. Have been a shaman in other lives, that's another story. But what I have learned about it is that a shaman, what shamanism means is that you understand that your connection with the tree is the same connection as with another person, as with a cat, as with a dog, as with a rock, as with the wind, as with the stream, as with the ocean, with the beach. In other words, you understand that everything in creation is part of you. And if you hurt something outside of you, you're hurting you. So we hurt things outside of ourselves, but then we ask to materialize from that. How can you? Can't. When I say I accept me, I'm thinking about the greater me. Because when I say that, and I'm hoping that you will join me in saying that, when I say I accept me, I'm accepting all of you. I'm accepting this place, these walls, the floors. I'm accepting the trees and nature, the wind and the waters and the oceans. I'm accepting being an earth person with an earth body. I'm accepting form and the form I'm in. I'm accepting spirit and the spirit that empowers the form. I'm accepting everything that I can create from this miraculous union of form and spirit. I accept me. I accept me. If you say it enough times, you'll find you're going to breathe through these lower parts of your body that you materialize from. Check your breath. Are you breathing from the upper lungs or are you breathing from the belly? If you're breathing from the upper lungs, you can't materialize because this is a stress state. If you look at a baby, watch, it's breathing from here. It's this part that's moving because that's natural. That's a natural breath, a natural way of having an exchange with the universe, with what's inside of you becoming outside of you, what's outside of you becoming what's inside of you. Example, think about your breath. You might personalize it and say it's my breath, but it's the same breath that's passed through Buddha. It's the same breath that's passed through the trees and the jungles. It's the same breath that's passed through the kitty cat. It's the same breath that moves throughout the planet, passing, refreshing, energizing, coming back through you. We share creation. We share everything. And imagine if we could join in a higher way. Join minds, link minds by first accepting our form, accepting how we came, accepting others, and together choosing to do something higher and better from what we're living. When you go to sleep at night and you lie in bed, you have the opportunity right then and there, when you're alone with yourself, to program yourself in a higher way. Some of my students, they bring what's called a dream camera into their dreams with them. And what that means is you basically ask yourself to see yourself with a camera in your dream world, taking pictures of your dreams. It's really quite magical. It works really well, where you'll wake up and you'll get snapshots of all those dreams. It's like, oh, I remember that dream, and it will unfold. The whole thing will be revealed to you. Instead of being unconscious in your dream world, you can use it to help you manifest what you desire. So you bring in the dream camera, and then you say, I wish to manifest abundance. And in your dream world, your dreams will figure out how you can do that. Your dreams don't take time, and like in the physical world. Your dreams can figure out 15 different ways that you could manifest abundance. And when you wake up, you'll go, yeah, I got it. There's that one that seems perfect out of all those 15 possibilities. Because your dream world can work them out. Go through the whole lifespan of if you do that, that will happen. If you take that road, that will happen. If you go this direction, that will happen. And you wake up knowing what the right path is. Your body, again, is magical. It works when you're asleep, and it works when you're awake. The problem when you're awake, you think too much. Your head's too busy, and you wipe out what you truly want from the negative thought forms. If you could take control there, that would be magical indeed. Start with your dreams. What I found when my students worked with their dreams is that peacefulness that came through the dream world would begin to follow them into their waking world. They'd wake up feeling more grounded, more secure, on purpose, on path, because their dream world would help unfold what their physical world couldn't show them. You are a magical being in a magical place. The magic of it has been kind of screened over so you can't see it. I was born a bit different. I was born seeing colors and energy, so I could always see the magic in creation, the magic in the world. I was lucky like that. I did find, though, if you pay attention to your body, if you begin to say, I accept me, I accept my life, I accept my path, I accept my direction, I accept what I'm living, then what happens is something greater births itself out of that, because you actually catch up with yourself in this moment. I'll say it another way. If I can't accept me, how can I materialize anything? If I can't accept my life and I'm against it, how can it become greater? Because I'm fighting. Nothing greatness comes out of fighting. What I would do if I were you when I went home is I would make a list of everything you accept. Not what you don't accept. Everything you accept. Everything you love. Everything that makes you open. Everything that makes you feel more. Everything that makes you touch your magical self. Everything that touches your greatness. Write it all down. Look at it from a place of heart. Breathe into it. Bring it life. And watch as your world begins to change in a very mysterious, magical way. Because that's what you are. You're a magical being that's forgotten. You're a magical being, but you've just forgotten it. I'm here to remind you. That's my job, to remind you that you're a colorful being. I can see your colors here. It's pretty phenomenal, really. I can also see your sadness. I can also see whatever is there. That, whatever is there, is what you're creating from. Think about it. You know where you're at. Where are you creating from? Change that, and you've changed everything. First, there was the word, which is a thought. You don't have a word without thought. First there was the word, and then everything was created from that word, from that thought. Think yourself new. Think yourself better. Think yourself beautiful, magnificent, glowing and alive. And you will be beautiful, magical, glowing and alive. Take courage to be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to do what someone else does. It's been done. It's boring. Be you. Each one of you is like a snowflake. Completely different. Absolutely unique. A total expression of self. Don't try to make that like something else that someone has. Rejoice in your uniqueness. Actually, being different is what being human is. Relish it. Have joy because you are different. Express your uniqueness, your different qualities. That's what needs to come out into the world. That's what needs to be expressed. You, as that unique snowflake, are the only one that can express what you came to express. No one else can fit in that overall picture puzzle. Only you fit in there. And if you don't play your part, who will play you? You'll be missing. I'll miss you. So play you to the best of your abilities. Throw away what makes you common and mundane and the same. Begin to find the identity of what is you. Redefine yourself, not from what you were told who you are, but what you truly are. Not from what your parents told you, your teachers told you, or even your friends or mates tell you. You know you better than anyone. Let that you birth out of you. Let the uniqueness of all of your sacred geometrical configurations, which is this combination of cells dancing in space. You probably realize you're at a quantum field. You're just particles, spinning particles. That field seeks to be unique, seeks to be different, seeks to express. And at that quantum field, that's where you're attracting, that's where you're manifesting from, whether you realize it or not. But if you're aware of it, that's how you become empowered. To know it, to use it. It's yours. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just reminding you of why you're here, reminding you of your uniqueness, reminding you to throw away the shackles of sameness and dare yourself to be. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Merci.
Even before life commenced upon this earth, I was here in the winds and the waves. When the first trees and flowers and grasses appeared, and when mankind at once became the most subtle, most powerful medium for the expression of man's emotions.
Thank you very much.
The nightfall's come. I've torn the bandages from my body, and I have again renewed towards the promises of a new twilight, burst into 1,000 pieces of algae and stars. Oh, sun, wonderful bodies of my phantom desert children, where you dig your fire and wash your specter. Will no longer die lying down, 'cause the earth covered with scorched trees, smelling mango. Oh son, let me leave drunk, hallucinated and dying, but proud to have pierced you with my fertile arrows of kisses and tears. Oh, son, quench my thirst, calm my nerves, invade my niche, and carry me to the edge of the horizons and the crests of waves, to life's encounter. Le soleil apaise ma soif et mon air envahit ma niche et emporte-moi au déclin des horizons, sur les élans des vagues, au rendez-vous de la vie. Soleil,
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
See a cat in my neighborhood, and his name is, what we called him, Le Jaune. But in fact, his real name it was Popeye, because we could hear our neighbor calling, Popeye, Popeye. But the John always used to come to see us, but the children around running after him and hurting him sometimes. But when he came home, we were treating him well and whatever, so he was a good cat for us, but not a good cat for others. He used to jump on trees after the birds, and also get on the cars, on the parking lot. So, some people didn't like that. But you know, to make a long story short, this John, the puppy, one day came up the stairs and it was like he was wearing and smoking. He came, climbed the stairs, and he looked at us like this, like, okay, that's life. Guys, we have to separate because my masters are moving. He came to say goodbye. He wears his best suit. He was okay, that we have to again separate. Life is a succession of physical separation. So it was very touching. And we'll never forget that. It's a very, very nice friendship. So that's Popeye's story. And this song, we are going to, it's about friendship. It's about universal love and friendship. Okay. Universal love and friendship. Camarada. I want to know how to release. I want to know how to let go. I want to know how to be true. I want to feel my love for you. Agua, agua. I can change my mind. Oh, agua, agua. Oh, I can change my mind.
Você quiser me buscar para me levar para o país do carnaval. Eu lhe direi muito simplesmente: caro, crua, tudo é assim, tão igual. Tudo que é necessito é água de beber, camarada.
Agua. Água de beber. Água. Água. I can change my mind. And you know, I can change direction. Remember who I am. Take my own decisions. I'm in charge of my life. I can change my mind. Oh,
bébé.
Change my mind. I know, yes, I know. I can change my mind anytime. Agua, agua. Camara, I can change my mind.
Que eu tenho sede de amar.
I know. I can change my mind. I can change my mind anytime. I can change my mind. And you. Ah, ça. Non mais, my dad, père, used to tell me stories. But many times it was Les Fables de La Fontaine. So I love them because they represent something in the society or things we do or not do, and how we do them and why. So this one is the story of a bird, le héron, in French. Le héron. That's, in fact, is to see how we can be fussy. Because the héron wouldn't eat any what kind of fish. So he's a fisherman, the héron. It's a high long-necked bird and with big feet. So this is the story of the héron. Imagine a river, and you can see the big bird coming, crossing, looking at the water and see. She always can see something to eat. It's lunchtime. Un jour, sur ses longs pieds, je ne sais où, le héron au long bec, emmanché d'un long cou. Il côtoyait une rivière, l'onde était transparente, ainsi qu'au plus beau jour. Ma commère la carte, il faisait 1000 tours avec le brochet, son compère. le héron en eût fait aisément son repas. Tout s'approchait du bord. L'oiseau n'avait qu'à prendre un long bec. Mais il crut mieux faire d'attendre qu'il eût un peu plus d'appétit. C'est difficile. Après quelques moments, l'appétit vint. Hungry. L'oiseau, s'approchant du bord, vit sous l'eau des tanches qui sortaient du fond de sa demeure. Le mets ne lui plut pas, il s'attendait à mieux et montra un goût dédaigneux comme le rat du bon Horace. Moi, des tanches, dit-il, moi, héron, que je fasse une si pauvre chair, mais pour qui me prend-on? La tanche, rebutée, partie, fini. Il trouva du goujon. Du goujon. C'est bien là le dîner d'un héron. J'ouvrirai pour si peu le bec. Oh Dieu ne plaise, oh Dieu ne plaise. Non, 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 pas pour le héron. Il l'ouvrit pour bien moins. Tout alla de façon qu'il ne vit plus aucun poisson. La faim le prit. Il fut tout heureux et tout aise de rencontrer un limaçon ravageur. Ne soyons pas si difficiles. Les plus accommodants, ce sont les plus habiles. Pensez, hasard de perdre en voulant trop gagner. Gardez-vous de rien dédaigner. Rien, rien. Ne soyons pas si difficiles. Soyons pas si difficiles.
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Thank you.
Nouvelle mélodie, une nouvelle chanson, c'est toujours quelque chose de spécial qui arrive, c'est toujours une fête spirituelle, une spirituelle immense pour moi. De temps en temps, la muse me visite. Ça, c'est une pièce que j'ai écrite en rêvant qu'on jouait avec Miles Davis. Alors, ça s'appelle Song for Miles.
And this is also dedicated to all the sadness we can have, to let joy enter instead. And that you can have someone helping, a friend, and you know someone is there for you to help you out of this moment. Like when you feel sadness or when you feel that you're discouraged. So there is always a way out. Don't be sad, my friend. And if you want, you can talk to me. You can trust me. You know, I try to understand. So please don't cry, my friend, 'cause you know your pain will have an end. And if you try, my friend, I know you'll find true love within you again. And I'll do my best, to make you feel good. And I'll sing my best and last song for you. So please don't feel bad, my friend, and don't forget, if you needed me, just a sign from you. I'll be there. I'll be there. Friend, I'll be there for you. Meo, meo. Don't forget, I'll be there, my friend.
Merci beaucoup.
Chercher ma liberté là-haut. Moi la mer, en bon soleil levé, dans les yeux moins lumière, même la nuit tombée, avertissée, ressenti bien, ou par mon vie danser, même la nuit tombée.
Sola riviera, ce schéma
Arrivete là, serrez moins fort, mettez encore, je n'aurais même amitié, oui. Pas quitter ton passé.
Merci beaucoup. Vocal, percussion, parole, Sami.
Composition, guitare, vocals, arrangements, and Kady.
Merci. Thank you very much. Nous tenons à remercier la formidable, l'unique, extraordinaire direction du sympathique café Gallery. Et la présence de tous nos amis, toujours très proches du cœur. Merci beaucoup.
And particularly Doreen today.
Merci de
Thank
votre
you
visite.
so much. You're amazing.
Merci Doreen.